Hey guys, Kirsten here. I hope you're doing well today. This marks the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021 as we know it. I just wanted to jump on and do a short little message to inspire us as we're thinking about creating goals. Maybe you already have created some goals, or as many call them, resolutions, dreams, visions, and goals for the new year. And one of the things that's challenging is that we kind of have this conflict of coming through a very traumatic or challenging year that threw us all for a loop. Maybe you had dreams for 2020 and they didn't happen. Maybe you went through some heartache or pain, and there are a lot of kind of questions out there in your heart and in your mind. Should I set goals again? Do I want to do that? What does that even look like? So I wanted to talk a little bit about making goals and dreams in a way that both honors where you're currently at, it's kindness towards yourself, but also creates inspiration and hope for the future. There's something about aligning your heart with a dream that you have, a goal that you have, in a way that is both kind to yourself, but also starts to inspire hope. And I don't know about you, but we need hope in our lives. And I always love that line from Hunger Games, if you've ever seen it, and President Snow says there's one thing that's always more powerful than fear, and that is hope. And if people have hope, then they will not be conquered by fear. That's not the exact quote, of course, but the idea being that hope is something that if you have it, you cannot be conquered. And I want to inspire us to grab a hold of hope for this year and kind of talk about how to set goals and dreams in a way that are safe and kind, but also exciting. Because if a goal is not very exciting, it's not going to be something that we follow through with. How many people set resolutions for the next year and then they don't end up following through with them? And a lot of times I believe it's in part because it's a resolution that is not in alignment with where you currently are in your life. It's also not something that feels exciting to you. Maybe losing weight is something that you want to do, but it's not something that feels exciting to you. And so, you can have the same goal, the same dream, but if it's coming from a place that actually has a reason why, and it also comes in a way and in a package that's actually doable for you, then you're 1,000 times more likely to do it. So I've done this over and over again. This year feels like the big year of resetting goals over and over again. And so I wanted to share a little bit about what I learned. This isn't going to be a long one today, just kind of a short message to inspire us to realign with hope and to come into a place where we allow that dreaming to bubble up again, to say, what was this year like for you? And can you allow your heart to dream again and come into a new place with some goals that do inspire you to look forward to 2021 or wherever you're at in this time period, even if it's in a couple of years from now that you're listening to this. But one of the things that I do when I create goals or when I walk with people through creating goals is actually the first thing I do is take a look back. And so this is a good time to look back. Okay, what was 2020 like for you, or what was this last season like for you? Have you taken time to heal? Have you taken time to address any of the beliefs that started to come up, any of the wounds that started to come up? Have you taken time to take care of your heart and yourself and your life? And then as you do that, then can you also look back and take some time to really celebrate the positive things and to spend some time in gratitude for what you have, for what you had, and what you experienced that was good, because hopefully it wasn't all bad. There are good things if we look for them, and gratitude really helps us to look back and appreciate those things. But gratitude is so powerful, so much more powerful than just saying thank you. It actually realigns yourself and your heart, your mind, with the ability to look forward and say, oh, good things can come. Good things can happen. That's right. It wasn't all bad. There were good things. And so take some time to not just write down those things, but to actually let your heart feel it. I know when I started doing a gratitude journal, I would just write down 3-4 things that I was grateful for and then move on. And I started realizing I wasn't really getting anything out of it until I paused, closed my eyes, just said, thank you, God, for these things, allowed myself to really picture the value of them. And then suddenly I was able to be grateful for what I do have and what's in front of me. Any obstacle I have, I was able to find gratitude in the midst of it. And this was a huge year of being able to do that and practice it over and over again. So extend grace yourself over anything that happened in this past season, this past year. There's got to be room for grace and love and kindness. Sometimes we're so good at doing that for other people in ways that we're not for ourselves. And so what I encourage as you do that and as you look back is to pretend like you're someone else. How would you extend grace to someone else who's been through what you've been through, who has conquered what you've conquered, and come out, wherever you are, you have come through and broken through and overcome a lot of things this year. So what would you say, and how would you extend grace and love to someone else? And can you say those things to yourself? And that's so important as you're setting goals and dreaming for the future, because if you can't celebrate, if you can't be grateful for the past, if you can't speak life and grace and kindness over the past, it's going to be hard to give yourself grace as you move forward. And so it's really important to take a minute or a few more minutes and really do that. And that's something that I love to do. I actually do that on a regular basis. I just kind of pause and reflect back, and then it helps me to kind of look forward and say, okay, no matter what comes, I can do that. I can do this in this season. And so, once you've gotten some time to do that, address any places that you need healing from, any beliefs that have risen up that might be limiting or hurtful or even just not helpful. We can have beliefs that are neither, they're kind of in the middle, but they're just not helpful. And we kind of need to renew our minds and renew our hearts in beliefs that are empowering and encouraging. So after that, you just kind of go, how can I be kind to myself as I look at my dreams and what's in my heart and who I've been created to be and where I'm going in my life, what my destiny is. And how can I be kind to myself as I set little goals towards that path? Maybe have little, medium, and big goals. And do they also bring joy? So are they kind, and do they bring joy and excitement in your life? Otherwise, sometimes we set, again, I use the weight loss goal only because it's January and that's a huge time for a lot of people, but our goals are so much more than that. Our dreams are so much more than that. But is that goal actually kind to you? And is that coming from a place of self-love or condemnation? It's a good question to ask. And how can you realign with doing these goals because you're so loved and so valuable that you want to see yourself thrive? Wow, that's such a good one. I need to write that down. And let's ask that question as you're setting goals. Just say, how can I set these goals from a place of being loved? And so, because when you feel loved, you will always be able to keep moving forward. I always love the quote, lovers will always outwork workers. So if you're working really hard at it, but you're not doing it from a place of love, then it's going to become hard. You're going to give up, you're going to quit and let it drop. But if you know you're loved, then any obstacle is just merely that. It's just an obstacle. You step over it, you walk around it, you find your way through it. There are no failures on that path. You just keep going and you're able to overcome. And so then take some time and actually address the mindset you have around the goal. Why do you want to do it? That's such a big one. We know that why is so important. And so it's something that I have to address regularly with my goals and my dreams. Why do I want that? Is it something I still want? And if I have a why that's strong enough and deep enough, then nothing will come in my way of getting it. Maybe it might take 10 years and it might take 10 days, but I'm going to still have it in my heart to go after if it's something that's deep, and it won't be hard to go there. And so, that's kind of thinking and planning for it. Write out your dreams, write out your goals, connect with your why, look at, are these goals kind, and are they loving, and are they things that bring me joy, that I can find a way to experience joy in the midst of doing these dreams. And then something that I like to do is actually go one step further. So we've looked back, we're kind of currently looking forward, but then go even further and place yourself in the spot where you have achieved that goal or that dream. And what does that look like? Okay, so say let's just do something fun. I have a goal to run a marathon. Well, what if you're not running right now and you need to start building that strength and stamina to get there? Well, what if you start picturing yourself running through that finish line? What does it feel like to have accomplished that, to have gone through every step that it takes, come through obstacles of planning your time and your energy? Picture yourself crossing that finish line. It's such a great visual for any goal or dream, is crossing that finish line. Your arms are up, the crowd is cheering. You can feel that you've done that. Spend a few minutes actually picturing yourself hitting that goal. How does it feel? Once your brain has seen yourself finish it, it's going to be so much easier to actually get there. You're going to have that picture in front of you, almost like a carrot on a stick with a rabbit chasing after it, or a dog chasing after it, and that carrot is just hanging there right in front of you. You're going to see yourself accomplishing it, and so you're going to want to actually pursue it. Then anything that comes in the way that says, I'm not there yet, all you have to do is say, I'm just not there yet, but I'm on my way because I've seen it. I know it's coming. And so, as you're doing this, I hope and I pray that doing this process of taking some time and reflecting back and looking forward, aligning with hope and love and kindness and excitement and joy will really bring in some fresh life into you as you go into this new year. We don't know what to expect, but we can expect good things. We can hope for good things because it's always a possibility and it's always around the corner. And so my encouragement is to spend some time really journaling, writing these things out, taking a moment and just being with yourself and allowing anything that needs to heal, and allowing hope to bubble up from within. So I bless you in that process, and I'm excited to hear how it goes. Let me know, share with me, and here's to a new 2021. May it be an amazing year ahead for you.